Welcome to Grego's TV Daily. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Man, I've got to tell you something before the news even starts. Our water heater broke and I just took the coldest shower of my life. It is, and I can't, and we have no hot water until Monday. So for 2 days, I'm gonna take crazy cold showers and be absolutely freezing. So I am just, it was a terrible experience. So for all of you that have water heaters, you're so lucky. And I have to get mine replaced again on Monday, and then I'll be good. But such a terrible experience. Anyways, to the news. We only got one story today, and I did want to tell you about it, all about the Galaxy S25 Ultra. We've heard that this phone could have 12 gigs of RAM or 16 gigs of RAM. They haven't had 16 gigs of RAM for a few years now, and it looks like they're going to go back to that potentially, anyway, per this rumor, with that. So the latest information is that the S25 Ultra, if you get the 256 gig version, you'll have 12 gigs of RAM. But if you get the 512 or the 1 terabyte, it'll have 16 gigs of RAM with a 6.9-inch display across the board for all those versions. And that's been confirmed, quote unquote, in prototype 3. But I think a lot of people will end up getting the 512 with 16 gigs of RAM. Samsung usually gives you the free upgrade in storage, and I know a lot of people buy it when it comes out. So I think if you're gonna pre-order, you'll end up with the 16 gigs of RAM, and if you don't, there's a high probability you're probably gonna get a better deal on the 256 or 12, and it's gonna be fine either way. You're probably not gonna notice a lot of things that are running better or faster, especially for the next couple of years. It's really going to be long term. If you're keeping this phone for 7 years or something like that, you're gonna want the 16 gigs of RAM. If you're gonna keep it for 5 years, I'd say get the 16 gigs of RAM. 12 has been the standard for years now, and that will change to 16 very, very soon, probably this year or next year with a lot of Android phones. It's already starting to change, but I'm talking like really to the point it's just gonna be 16. It's probably gonna really start with this year's crop of phones, and then definitely by next year, 16 gigs. So definitely, if you pre-order the phone, I would say definitely get the 16 gigs, especially if you're gonna keep it for the long term. And then why not anyway? I mean, the phone might run better, keep more apps open, obviously, give you better performance, things like that. And you'd want that, especially with such a premium, kind of expensive phone when it comes down to it. And this will be a nice little boost to the morale of the S25 Ultra, especially if they don't change it a whole lot. Just knowing that they're throwing more RAM in is always a good thing, and just for the overall usage of the phone. So let me know which phone you would get out of these phones. Do you not care about the 16 gigs and you're fine with 12, or do you have to have 16 at this point? Let us know in the comments down below. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.